this video, I'm going to be talking about how to navigate with Moby Max. To navigate from Moby Max, you can either click on the link in Google Classroom Assignment with Moby Max, or you can go to mobymax.com. Once you're at mobymax.com, you're going to go up to the top right and click Sign In. You want to sign in as a student over at the top left. Signing in as a student, you want to use your username and password and click Sign In. Once you're signed in, you will have a welcome message. Sometimes a daily check-in will pop up or the joke of the day will pop up, and then it will bring you to this screen. On this screen, you have a few options up here at the top. This first option is you're going to be using every day. In that option, you have a math icon. We click that icon. This is where you're going to be finding your daily lesson. And as you can see, it says, please ask your teacher to assign a lesson for you. So if you don't have a lesson for that day, that's what this is going to say. When you do have a lesson, then the lesson will pop up here. Up here at the top, we have some options. With these three lines, you have the option to go to a scratch pad when you're working your lessons, and you can work your problems out here if you want to. You can change the color, you can undo, you can erase things. Then you also have a sound option. So if you wanted to read aloud to you different things, you can change those options there when you're doing a lesson. And then it has a zoom option. So it tells you to use the Control Plus and Control minus key to zoom in and out of the lesson if some things are hard to see. So those are your options here. The next button is your timer, and if you hover over that, it tells you how much time you've been on during that session, and then it has a focus time. So it kind of tells you how hard you're working during that session. And then you have a home button, and we'll press this button in just a minute. It's going to take you back to that main dashboard page. And then this is your sign out button. So we're going to click that home button and go back to that dashboard. So we were just at the math icon. The next icon you're going to be using on most Fridays, if we click that, Fact Fluency, it brings us here, and we would take a placement test. And I'm not going to do that right now, so I'm going to go back home. But that's something that we're going to be doing on every Friday. That's the tile icon you'll go to. The next one is your Fluency board game. So this is another icon that you can use on Fridays. If you click on that, then you'll click Math, and it brings you here. So you can select which one of these you want to practice from, and then you play a game practicing your fluency. And then we're going to go back to the home button. Remember, this takes us to our dashboard. And then our last icon we're going to look at here is your test icon. So this is where you might find some of your quizzes and tests. So if we click on that, you can see it says your teacher has not assigned any tests yet. So when you do have a quiz or test assigned, this is where you will find it in order to complete it. So we're going to click that home button to take us back to the dashboard. And let's take a look at some of these other icons up here at the top. So this first one is your main icon that you're going to spend a lot of time each day on. Your next one, if we click on that second one, this is where you can find a list of your assignments. And right now we don't have any assignments, so there's nothing here right now. But this is where it's an easy place to go to see all of your assignments. The third one, so these are some fun things to help monitor your progress. So you can earn time to, take a brain break and play some games. That's where you're going to find those games. A lot of times there's different contests going on that you can participate. That's going to be in this icon. And as you work and as you do well, you can earn certificates, you can earn badges, reach your goals, make the Hall of Fame. So that's where you're going to go to find all of these things. And you can click on all of them and it'll show you. So right now we haven't done anything, so we don't have any certificates yet. But if you earn them, this is where you would find them. And again, clicking that home button to come back to your dashboard. And the same thing with your badges. You can click on it, and this will show you the badges that you've earned. We haven't earned any yet. It says you need 50 badges or 50 more correct problems. So for every 50 correct problems you get a badge. I'm clicking that home button. And then you can click on the goals and the Hall of Fame, and it'll take you to that also. The last one I want to talk about on this page is your progress. So you can click progress, and we can look at our progress for math and for fact fluency. And right now there's not anything in here because we haven't done any work yet, but we can always check that out later. And then if you click fact fluency, this chart will show up and this percentage right here will change. The chart lights up on what you're fluent at. So as you get better and better and better, the chart will fill up. I'm just going to click the back button. And the last thing I want to look at up here at the top of these icons is this last one. So up here, you have two icons. The first one is your announcements and tasks. If we click on that, it brings me here. This is where you're going to find things that your teacher is going to assign. So they might assign, put an announcement here, so it's something you need to know. You might find a task or event or poll listed here. But if you have any announcements or tasks, this is where it would be listed. And then the other one is super important, Messenger. So if we click Messenger, this is just another way that you can communicate with your teacher. So you can always send your teacher an email. You can send your teacher a private message in Google Classroom on an assignment. And then you can also, within here, you can send your teacher a message. So down here at the bottom, you click New Message. And then your teacher is Kelly Barger. And you can type your message here. Or if you have a question, a concern, anything like that, you can type here and you would hit send and it would go to your teacher. And then down here, these three bars you see, you have an inbox. You can go back and look at the messages that you sent. The inbox is going to be if somebody sends you a message. So if your teacher sends you a message back, the items, the messages you've deleted, and then contact them. I'll find that there at those three lines at the bottom. X out of that. So just to wrap it up, looking at your first icon. Remember, this icon is the one, the study book, we're going to spend the most time on. You're going to be going to the math tile daily to do your assignments. And then the fact fluency and fluency board games. These two we're going to be working on Fridays. And then this last one is where you're going to sometimes find your quizzes and tests. So this is your main dashboard you're going to be at on a daily basis. And if you want to check if you have any assignments, you can also find that here in the assignments tile. And then if you want to see how great you're doing, take a break and play a game. You're going to go to the balloon tile. And then if you need to send me a message, the message tile at the end. And then the last button over here, this is your sign out button. So if you want to sign out, you'll just click that button and it'll take you back to the login screen or the sign-in screen. Make sure when you're on that sign-in screen that you're signed in as a student. And then you want to make sure over here it says Pinnacle Classical Academy. And that is how you use Moby Max. Make sure you watch the video again. If you have any questions, you can always come back and refer to this video as well.